The Alchemy of Emotional Fortitude, Crafting an Unshakable Mind. Welcome, seekers of strength and serenity. I invite you to join me in uncovering the profound secrets to becoming emotionally invincible and building a resilient mind. The quest for emotional invincibility is not about suppressing feelings or becoming indifferent, but about cultivating a robust inner core that allows you to navigate life's storms with grace and equanimity. Our emotions are like the weather, ever-changing and unpredictable. They can be wild and ferocious like a stormy sea, yet they can also be calm and serene like a gentle brook. The art of emotional invincibility lies not in halting the weather, but in learning to sail our ship regardless of the tempests we may encounter. Let's start by examining the very foundation of our emotions, our thoughts. Our thoughts are the architects of our emotions, and the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our emotional lives. When we allow negative thoughts to take root in our minds, we invite negative emotions to follow. Conversely, when we nurture positive thoughts, we lay the groundwork for positive emotions to flourish. What we must realize is that thoughts are transient. They come and go like leaves on a stream. The mistake many of us make is to cling to these leaves, to identify with them, and allow them to define our emotional state. Imagine if we could simply observe our thoughts, acknowledge their presence, and let them drift away without attachment. This is the first step towards emotional invincibility. Now, consider the power of belief. Our beliefs are like lenses through which we interpret our thoughts and experiences. If we believe that we are weak, that belief will color our perception and reinforce a narrative of vulnerability. But if we believe that we are strong, resilient, and capable of overcoming challenges, that belief will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. It is essential then to examine our beliefs and align them with the vision of emotional invincibility we aspire to. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons. Another key aspect is the role of awareness. Emotional invincibility requires a high level of self-awareness, the ability to recognize and understand our emotional responses. This awareness is not passive. It is an active, mindful engagement with our emotional landscape. By being aware, we can identify the triggers that elicit strong emotional reactions and learn to respond rather than react. Let's take a moment to reflect on the concept of reaction versus response. A reaction is immediate, often driven by unconscious patterns and conditioning. A response, on the other hand, is deliberate and considered. It arises from a place of awareness and choice. When we react, we are at the mercy of our emotions. When we respond, we reclaim our power and act from a position of strength. Building emotional invincibility also involves embracing vulnerability. It may seem counterintuitive, but true strength is born from the acceptance of our vulnerability. When we recognize and accept our emotional pain, fears, and insecurities, we stop fighting against ourselves. This acceptance opens the doorway to healing and growth. It is in our most vulnerable moments that we can discover the depths of our courage and resilience. Practical advice for fostering this acceptance includes the practice of self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you feel vulnerable. Speak to yourself with the same compassion you would offer to a dear friend. Self-compassion is not self-indulgence. It is a recognition of our common humanity and the challenges we all face. As we continue to build our emotional invincibility, we must also understand the power of connection. Our relationships with others can be a source of immense strength. Through meaningful connections, we find support, empathy, and a mirror that reflects our shared experiences. Invest in relationships that nourish your soul and be willing to offer support to others. The strength we give is often returned to us manifold. Can you see how the strength of your mind is not a fortress keeping the world out, but a garden cultivated and nourished by your thoughts, beliefs, and actions? The journey towards emotional invincibility also requires us to let go of the past. Our past experiences can hold us captive, influencing our emotional state in the present. However, we must remember that the past is a lesson, not a life sentence. By learning from our experiences and forgiving ourselves and others, we free ourselves to live fully in the present moment. Forgiveness is a powerful tool in this regard. It is not about condoning hurtful behavior, but about releasing the burden of resentment that weighs on our hearts. Forgiveness liberates us from the chains of the past and empowers us to move forward with a lighter spirit. Another vital element in our quest for emotional invincibility is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in our lives. By acknowledging the blessings we have, we attract more positivity. Gratitude is a beacon that lights up the darkest corners of our minds, revealing the beauty that resides within and around us. Lastly, let us not overlook the importance of discipline and routine in fortifying our emotional strength. Discipline allows us to create a structure within which our emotional resilience can be nurtured and maintained. It provides a framework for the habits that support our mental and emotional well-being, such as regular exercise, meditation, and healthy eating. A disciplined mind is a prepared mind. When we cultivate discipline, we are less likely to be thrown off course by emotional upheavals. We have our routines to fall back on, our practices that ground us, and our habits that keep us centered. Now, I invite you to consider your own life. What are the practices that support your emotional invincibility? Are you committed to them, or do they fall by the wayside when chaos ensues? Remember, it is not the presence of chaos that defines our strength, but our ability to remain rooted in our practices amidst the turmoil. As we conclude this first part of our exploration, take a moment to appreciate the journey thus far. Recognize that emotional invincibility is not a destination, but a continuous process of growth and refinement. It is the alchemy of transforming our base reactions into the gold of considered responses. It is the cultivation of a garden within our minds where peace, strength, and resilience can bloom. In the next part of our exploration, we will delve deeper into the practical strategies that can help us to achieve emotional invincibility and build a strong mind. Stay with me as we unlock further secrets and continue to forge the unshakable core of our being. The Tapestry of Tranquility, weaving resilience into the fabric of your being. As we advance on this path of inner strength, let us explore the intricate tapestry of tranquility and how we can weave resilience into the very fabric of our being. Emotional invincibility is not a shield against feeling, but rather a finely woven mesh that allows experiences to pass through without tearing the soul asunder. The cornerstone of this tapestry is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the intentional focus of one's attention on the present moment, non-judgmentally. It is the practice of observing our thoughts and emotions without becoming entangled in them. When we are mindful, we experience life as it unfolds, moment by moment, with a sense of clarity and calm. One practical way to cultivate mindfulness is through regular meditation. Meditation is not an escape from reality, but an encounter with it. In the silence and stillness, we confront the full spectrum of our inner experience. We learn to sit with our thoughts and emotions, observing them without being swayed. This practice strengthens our mental muscles, just as physical exercise strengthens our bodies. Imagine a tree in a storm. It does not resist the wind but bends with it. Similarly, when we are grounded in mindfulness, we can withstand the gales of life without breaking. We learn the art of resilience, which is not rigidity, but flexibility. Another thread in our tapestry is the mastery of emotions. While we cannot control the emotions that arise within us, we can master how we engage with them. This mastery begins with the recognition that emotions are messengers. They carry information about our needs, desires, and boundaries. When an emotion surges within you, instead of reacting impulsively, invite it in. Ask it what it wishes to convey. Perhaps it is signaling a need for rest, a call to action, or a boundary that has been crossed. By listening to our emotions, we gain insight into our inner workings and can make informed choices that serve our well-being. Let us now turn to the power of storytelling. The stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what we are capable of have a profound impact on our emotional state. If we narrate a tale of victimhood, we become trapped in a cycle of disempowerment. But if we choose to craft a story of resilience and empowerment, we open ourselves to a world of possibilities. We are the authors of our own lives, and at any moment, we can choose to rewrite our story. This does not mean denying the challenges we face, but rather framing them as opportunities for growth. When we shift our narrative, we shift our reality. In this process of rewriting our story, let us not forget the importance of setting intentions. Intentions are the seeds we plant in the garden of our minds. They are a declaration of direction, a commitment to a path we wish to walk. Setting intentions is a powerful practice because it shapes our thoughts, which in turn shape our emotions and actions. Set intentions that resonate with your vision of emotional invincibility. Perhaps it is an intention to respond calmly in the face of provocation, or to approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear. Whatever your intentions, let them be clear and let them guide you. Now consider the role of emotional boundaries. Boundaries are the protective barriers we set around our emotional well-being. They are a declaration of what we will and will not accept in our interactions with others. Healthy boundaries are essential for maintaining emotional strength because they prevent us from being overwhelmed or drained by external demands. To establish boundaries, we must first know ourselves. We must understand our limits, our values, and our needs. From this place of self-knowledge, we can communicate our boundaries with clarity and conviction. Remember, setting boundaries is not an act of aggression, but an act of self-respect. In addition to boundaries, we must also cultivate the skill of detachment. Detachment is often misunderstood as not caring, but in truth, it is caring from a place of wisdom. It is the ability to love and engage with the world while not being defined by it. Detachment gives us the freedom to experience life fully without being ensnared by transient emotions. One method to achieve detachment is to practice the art of observation. Observe your emotions as you would a passing cloud or a flowing river. They are part of the landscape of your inner world but do not constitute the entirety of it. By observing with detachment, you gain the perspective necessary to navigate life with poise. Resilience is also cultivated through the acceptance of change. Change is the only constant in life, and our ability to adapt to it is a testament to our emotional strength. When we resist change, we create suffering for ourselves. When we embrace it, we create opportunities for growth and renewal. To embrace change, we must let go of our attachment to outcomes. We can set goals and work towards them, but we must remain open to the journey unfolding in unexpected ways. This openness allows us to pivot when necessary and to find joy in the discovery of new paths. Finally, we must acknowledge the importance of self-care in weaving our tapestry of tranquility. Self-care is the act of tending to our physical, mental, and emotional health with the same diligence we would apply to the care of a cherished garden. It is recognizing that our well-being is the soil from which our strength grows. Self-care practices vary widely and can include regular physical exercise, which helps to release pent-up energy and stress, a balanced, nutritious diet that fuels both body and mind, sufficient rest and sleep, allowing for recovery and rejuvenation, time spent in nature, recharging through the grounding presence of the earth and sky, engaging in hobbies and activities that bring joy and fulfillment, seeking professional help when needed, such as therapy or counseling, to work through deeper emotional challenges. Incorporate these practices into your routine, not as occasional indulgences, but as non-negotiable elements of your daily life. As we draw the threads of mindfulness, emotional mastery, storytelling, intention setting, boundaries, detachment, adaptability, and self-care together, we create a resilient structure, a tapestry that can hold the weight of our experiences without tearing. This tapestry does not dull the vibrancy of life, but rather allows us to engage with it fully, deeply, and with a profound sense of peace. Let us take a moment to reflect on the tapestry we are crafting. Each thread is integral, each practice a vital component. As you weave resilience into your being, remember that patience is essential. The tapestry will not be complete in a day, a week, or even a year. It is a lifelong endeavor, a work of art that evolves with each experience. Consider how the practices discussed resonate with your life. Are there areas you feel called to strengthen? Are there threads you have neglected or overlooked? This reflection is not for self-criticism, but for self-awareness, which is the light that guides us on our path to emotional invincibility. As we conclude this second part of our exploration, hold on to the image of the tapestry you are creating. It is unique to you, a reflection of your journey, your challenges, and your victories. Cherish it, for it is not only a shield but a testament to the depth and richness of your emotional landscape. In the next part of our exploration, we will delve into the realm of action, exploring how to apply these principles in real-world scenarios and face challenges with the strength and grace of an emotionally invincible being. The Labyrinth of Challenge, navigating life's complex pathways with emotional fortitude **. In this third part of our journey toward emotional invincibility, we will navigate the labyrinth of life's intricate challenges. The paths we tread are seldom straight. They twist and turn, presenting both obstacles and opportunities. With the tapestry of tranquility as our foundation, we now focus on how to apply emotional fortitude in the complex maze of day-to-day existence. Harnessing emotional intelligence in interpersonal relationships. Interactions with others can be a significant source of joy, and at times, stress. Emotional intelligence is the beacon that guides us through these interactions. It involves the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our emotions as well as those of the people around us. When faced with conflict, an emotionally invincible person doesn't react impulsively. Instead, they draw on empathy, considering the perspectives of others, and respond with clarity and assertiveness. Assertiveness is not about dominance, but about expressing your needs and feelings confidently while respecting those of others. Active listening is a crucial element here. By truly hearing what others are saying, we can respond more thoughtfully. This doesn't mean you always have to agree, but it does mean acknowledging the validity of other viewpoints. Life often requires us to make decisions under pressure. These moments test our emotional resilience. To navigate these situations, we must remain centered, drawing upon the practices of mindfulness to maintain clarity. By staying present and not allowing anxiety about potential outcomes to cloud our judgment, we can make decisions that are aligned with our core values and long-term objectives. Embracing vulnerability as strength. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in truth, it is a profound strength. To be emotionally invincible, we must have the courage to be vulnerable when appropriate. This means opening up about our feelings, admitting when we don't have all the answers, and being willing to ask for help. Such actions build trust and authenticity in relationships and foster a supportive environment for personal growth. In the face of difficulty, gratitude can be transformative. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges, but rather changing our relationship with them. By recognizing the lessons and strengths gained from hardship, we cultivate a mindset that sees potential growth in every setback. Our journey is not just about fortifying ourselves. It's also about how we affect those around us. Leading with compassion means we consider the well-being of others in our actions. It means lending a helping hand and practicing kindness, which, in turn, strengthens our emotional resilience by fostering positive relationships and a supportive community. One common source of emotional turmoil is unrealistic expectations of ourselves, of others, and of life circumstances. By setting realistic expectations, we can prepare ourselves for various outcomes, reducing the likelihood of disappointment and frustration. This involves understanding our limitations, acknowledging that we cannot control everything, and accepting that perfection is an unattainable goal. Failure is an inevitable part of life, but it does not define us. Resilience in the face of failure means taking stock of what went wrong, learning from it, and moving forward with new insights. It's about treating failure not as a dead end, but as a stepping stone on the path to success. Work can be a significant source of stress, and finding a balance is essential for emotional invincibility. This means setting boundaries around work time, allowing for rest and leisure, and ensuring that we don't define our self-worth solely by our professional achievements. It's about creating a harmonious existence that nurtures all aspects of our lives. The path to emotional invincibility is ongoing. Continuous self-reflection allows us to assess our growth, recognize areas needing attention, and recalibrate our strategies. This might involve journaling, therapy, or deep conversations with trusted friends or mentors. The key is to remain honest with ourselves and open to change. Fear is a natural response to the unknown, but it doesn't have to paralyze us. Emotionally invincible individuals feel fear yet choose to act despite it. They understand that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision that something else is more important than fear. As we conclude this part of our exploration, recognize that the labyrinth of life's challenges is not a puzzle to be solved, but a landscape to be experienced. The twists and turns offer opportunities for growth, self-discovery, and the expression of our deepest values. Remember that emotional invincibility is not a destination, but a manner of traveling. It is the ability to walk through life with an open heart and a steady mind, always learning, adapting, and finding strength in the face of adversity. Keep weaving the tapestry of tranquility and carry the lessons learned into each new day. Your journey is unique, and your story is still being written. Embrace each chapter with courage, compassion, and a readiness to rise above the challenges that lie ahead. As we continue on our paths, let us carry with us the understanding that emotional fortitude is a choice we make moment by moment. It is the choice to respond rather than react, to love rather than fear, and to grow rather than stagnate. May your labyrinth be filled with learning, your challenges be met with courage, and your life be a testament to the strength of the human spirit. The journey continues, and so does our exploration of emotional invincibility. May you move forward with confidence, knowing that you are equipped to navigate whatever twists and turns come your way.